Coming up on iPads in the Classroom, we're learning about animals. Hi, my name is Guy Tranian and this is iPads in the Classroom from TechEdge, and today we're going to talk about animals and how we teach about animals, and we're going to use a few apps. The first app I want to share with you is called Who Am I? And in this app, students get a few clues and they're supposed to guess what the animal is. So let's start. We get 3 clues. In this case, I am the largest living land animal. My tusk is made of ivory. I use my trunks to eat and drink. Now, notice there are no options, so students actually have to come up with the answer. In this case, elephant, and then they can show answer. Elephant. And you can see that they get a picture of the animal. They get the name written down on the bottom, and they can hear the name as well. So even if they didn't know, now they do, and they have a lot of contextual information around it. So, who am I? I live in a hive. I play a vital role in pollination. I collect nectar. I go from flower to flower. So you can see there's a lot of information about animals. This is excellent as a summary about, for a unit about animals, or when kids are just exploring and you're trying to extend their background knowledge through exploration. And then you get the answer, in this case, bees. And there's a nice selection of questions in this app, which I truly like. And as I said, this is called Who Am I? The next app I want to talk about is called Jungle Speak. And as you can imagine, in Jungle Speak, what you get to do is you get to actually interact with specific animal, hearing what sounds they make, and then learning some facts about them. There's in the app the ability to have movies, although at least in the free version you don't get any movies, and there's a coloring page which can be fun for kids, but I don't think has tremendous educational value. So let's look at the bear here. So they attempted to capture some prototypical noises that the animal makes, and then some fun facts about brown bears in this case. So there's a fun fact, and then there's more facts that give some detail about the animal, and students can switch between animals. So there's multiple facts here. There's fact number 1, fact number 2, fact number 3. You can do that and more. And you can see that you can go through multiple animals. There are about 15 or so animals in the basic pack that is free. So here's another example. Let's take the wolf. Very, very good wolf sounds. And then fun facts, again, speed, how much their stomach can hold, and all of that. And again, on the bottom, you can have a more detailed description about that animal. So there's a large selection here of animals, and we look at the bottom, you can actually buy additional packs of animals or more features available. So this is called Jungle Speak. Another app that I want to show you that does something very similar with a basic set of animals is called Animals Teacher. And what you get in this app is a picture of the animal, the name on the bottom, and then the sound that it makes. There are no facts. There's no extra text. So if you're working with young students and you're interested in exposing them and making sure that they know a variety of animals, kindergarten, maybe first grade level, this would be a great app, probably better than the previous app that had a lot more facts and a lot more text in it that was hard to get. So you get a bear, a bee, bird, cat. You can see what kind of animals are here. This is called Animals Teacher. The next app I want to talk about has a very rich database full of animals And as the emphasis here is on fantastic photography. This is from Photopedia, and it's called Wild Friends. And these are animals from Europe, so that's the emphasis here. This is a very rich collection, and what I like about this rich collection is there are a few aspects of this, and I'll walk you through this. First of all, there's a slideshow. So the slideshow simply has selected photography, fantastic animals, and really spectacular action shots of these animals that show up. So that's the first thing. There's a name of that animal on top. So, you know, some of those are simple, like snail. Others are a little bit more sophisticated, like a tawny eagle, and those two eaglets are very, very nice. You can stop it, and now, for example, you have a creature, and you can do with it a few things. You can get more information about it, so you get its official name, how many species, what family it belongs to, and all of that, so a lot of scientific information. At the same time, you can get global information, and that global information is really a map that shows you where you can find those animals and a description of those settings. And at the same time, you can zoom in and out and see other places that have the same creatures. So there's a little pin every place that they've been identified. So if we go to a different animal, let's choose. This is the Hermann's tortoise. And if we look at where it is in the world, we can see that it's, for some reason, we're zoomed into this park. Maybe they were all taken care of, but now you can see that this is around Eastern Europe and the Balkans, and you can see all the places that shows up. And you can actually learn about the photographers and how they approach their photography of animals. So this is called Photopedia Wild Friends. The next app I want to talk about comes from the World Wildlife Foundation, WWF, and it's called WWF Together. What they've created in this app is actually the ability to explore some very specific species. There's a selection of species, and they aim to expand it, and actually the app shows you where you're going next. So it starts with a giant panda, which is part of their symbol, but you can look at elephants, turtles, tigers, and let's enter the tigers, for example. And again, what you can see is fantastic quality of the photography. But as you go across, they have a very interesting way to navigate through the app. And that is, you navigate by looking at parts of the picture describing the animal. So there's a general description about the situation right now, and different aspects. For example, what are the threats? And you can scroll and discover illegal trade, human-tiger conflict, and habitat loss. So there's richness of information here that adds, and you can go back to this, and if you move the whole thing, you get different pieces of information here. For example, if you move this, you can see the average tiger has over 100 stripes. So things are hidden, and you've got to play with the app, which is really fun to discover things about those animals. And if you want to see everything that's being offered, you can look at a world map, and you can spin the world map, done as a polyhedron, and see where those creatures live. There's a lot of information, very rich but very selective information in this app. Just so you can have a better sense of this, we can look at bisons, because we have some around here. And when we look at the bison, again, you get this fantastic photography, and it's divided into sections. And you just have to hit the X. There's a general description. And then, again, there's threats, like fossil fuels, multiple photos of them in herds, which is the way they naturally are. So they're, again, very rich aspects of this app, and the app is Wwf Together. So today, I really try to show you a number of apps, all of them around learning about animals. These are not the only ones out there, but I think these were extremely good, or a variety, not just that they're good, but they're at a variety of levels that can serve very young kids when they're learning about very basic animals like bears and camels and goats. And then how we can use other apps to increase the level, both visually and scientifically. There's a lot more information. There's even the connection to geography and really more sophisticated vocabulary on top, the idea of habitat and what animals are endangered, which is part of the curriculum as well. So there's really a wide array, and in future shows we'll show even more, because actually we had quite a few more ready, and we decided to focus on those for this time. So this is iPads in the Classroom. It was all about animals, and we'll see you next time.